Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Making news this morning, Governor Abbott's Operation Lone Star at the border is meant to protect Texas, but it's being met with criticism. Up next, why Congressman Joaquin Castro says he is going to Eagle Pass later today.
Outside with live cam, waiting for those days where our current temperature is our high temperature for the day. But right now, it is essentially our low. Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 8th of August.
Hi, thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good Monday. Usually we start with weather, but today we're already busy in the traffic department. Let's check in with Stephen Cavazos.
Well, this is something that we were talking about all last weekend. We were preparing for a full closure of the westbound main lanes along Loop 1604, and we are seeing that here along our friends at TransGuide have provided us that shot. Now, we know that these are the westbound main lanes that have been shut down due to the Loop 1604 North expansion project, but we need to find out how long this will last in terms of the week, because we know that it should wrap at 5 in the morning, but we still don't know from TxDOT whether or not this project will continue through the later half of the work week. So just watch out if you're traveling along Loop 1604. This is going to affect your commute, and you can see it right reflected on our map where a portion of the westbound main lanes has been shaded out, and that is because we have that full closure out there. Now, keep this in mind. This is from Kyle Seal Parkway to Braun Road. If you were watching GMSA last weekend, we were actually live in segment 3 of the Loop 1604 North expansion project. This is considered segment 1, and it actually runs from Bandera Road all the way to I-10. The completion date is still 2024, but we need to find out again how long this portion will stay closed. We'll keep a very close eye on this throughout the morning, but if you have to travel through Loop 1604, you may want to look for a different route and just avoid this area because crews are still out there. They are expected to wrap at 5 this morning. I want to take a drive right over here to the closure that we still see along I-35, that southbound upper level. The exit to Brooklyn Avenue is also still shut down, and this is more than a month after a fire sparked underneath the bridge and caused some damage to the water drainage system. Now, we have to find out exactly how long it's going to take, but at this time we do know there is no tentative date as to when that exit will reopen. So I know that's frustrating for a lot of you, but we're going to work to find you those answers. Let's go ahead and give you a wide look at the map. Thankfully, it doesn't look like we have a very busy morning. Just a lot of the construction that you see in and around the Alamo City. Some of that should be wrapping pretty soon, but let's get it back here at TransGuide. I'll keep a close eye on this, and Mike will have an update in the next few minutes.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, as you get ready to head out the door this morning, get ready for another scorching day, 80 degrees. Yeah, like Mark was talking about, waiting for the days when the high will be 80. It's going to be a long wait. We're at 81 right now, officially out there at the airport. Castroville at 82. A little bit of humidity, especially Canyon Lake, New Braunfels in the eastern portion of Bexar County with those dew points, mid 70s, and then getting a little bit above that. That's kind of fog up your glasses sort of humidity. So we've got heat index 87, Canyon Lake 85, Stinson, New Braunfels, and 86 out there at the airport. Castroville also feels like 87 degrees right now. Mold's on the low side, did come down from the previous day's reading. Of course, another yellow day with CPS Energy Conservation. Scan the QR code, and you can find out more ways to conserve, especially in just that, the heat of the afternoon, late afternoon. We do have heat advisories and excessive heat warnings, and actually the excessive heat warning area has been expanded. Also, the red flag warnings have been expanded, covering the majority of our viewing area, kind of the northern 2/3, all except down here along the coastal plain. So as time rolls on, temperatures stay consistently brutally hot, but that fire danger is going to continue just to worsen because we'll continue to dry out more and more and more. It is time to fire up the bus. Yep, 79 degrees with a couple of clouds hanging around here this morning. And back to what Mark was talking about, waiting for the days when the highs were in the 80s. This graphic, the last time I had used it when school let out at the end of the spring, was 87 degrees. That was the last number that I put on here. So, yeah, that'll be nice when we get down there. But 104, it's going to tie the record later on today. Details on the long-range forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark.
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, San Antonio police say a driver is recovering after he was shot while driving overnight. It happened around midnight and ended in the 1100 block of Southeast Military Drive. Police say the man was driving down Roosevelt when someone in another vehicle pulled up next to him and started shooting. SAPD says the man's car was hit in the wheel well, and the bullet hit the driver in the lower back. The driver managed to drive to a nearby parking lot and call for help. He was taken to the hospital. No word on any arrests in this case. An off-duty Bexar County Sheriff's deputy out on bond for a DWI charge. 40-year-old Araceli Miranda was arrested on Saturday night by SAPD. Miranda served with the Sheriff's Office for 11 years and is, we are told, assigned to the Law Enforcement Bureau. According to BCSO, Miranda was placed on unpaid administrative leave and was issued a notice of proposed dismissal.
More students are going back to school today. Jordanton ISD students will be back in the classroom this morning, and students from IDEA Public Schools, Lytle, Pleasanton, and South San return tomorrow. And on Thursday, Bernie ISD students are up. For a full list of when other districts in our area start school, you can visit our website at ksat.com.
While you prepare your family for that, we're inviting you to a Nurturing the Minds Back to School Town Hall. It's on Thursday. You'll hear from mental health experts and teachers about things you could do to help your kids get back into school mode. We will stream the event on all KSAT streaming platforms on Thursday, beginning at 7 p.m.
Congressman Joaquin Castro says he will meet with people in Eagle Pass later today as Democrats continue to question Governor Abbott's Operation Lone Star at the border. The San Antonio lawmaker will be joined by several members of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus and the Texas Democratic delegation. Castro's visit comes amid several incidents reported along the Rio Grande, including 2 bodies that were also found in the Rio Grande last week.
Meanwhile, the crackdown by the state of Texas on migrants crossing the southern border has been accused of separating more families. An attorney representing migrant families says the number of cases has grown from 26 to 40 since July 8th. She says law enforcement is separating fathers from spouses and children and arresting them for trespassing. The women and children are then turned over to U.S. immigration officials for processing. Most of these separated families are reportedly from Venezuela and Colombia. She's urging the federal government to step in and help reunite her clients.
Fire crews in Hays County continue to monitor a wildfire spanning 400 acres. This morning, the Texas A&M Forest Service says it's now about 90% contained. This all started on Saturday afternoon north of San Marcos on Oak Grove Road. 1 home was destroyed and about a dozen other homes were evacuated.
Southwest Airlines is facing a lawsuit accused of racial profiling.
That lawsuit is being brought by a woman angry over how she was treated. And as ABC's Derek Dennis reports, that's after she says an employee claimed she was trafficking her biracial daughter.
This morning, a mother in California has filed a federal lawsuit against Southwest Airlines after she says an employee reported her suspicion that the white mom was trafficking her biracial daughter.
She was confused by the whole thing. I mean, what is a 10-year-old supposed to think when you're being questioned by police?
Mary McCarthy and her 10-year-old daughter flew from L.A. to Colorado in 2021 to attend a family member's funeral. On their connecting flight, McCarthy says she asked multiple passengers to switch seats with her daughter so they could sit together. But a flight attendant apparently found something she did and the interactions between the two suspicious. When they landed in Denver, video taken by McCarthy shows 2 officers and a Southwest representative waiting for them on the jetway.
Because of the way Southwest has their seating, it's okay, sweetheart. We were the last ones on because we were the last ones to buy the flight.
According to the police report, a Southwest flight attendant called authorities to report possible human trafficking.
The flight attendants were just concerned about the behavior when you boarded the aircraft. That's all we're following up on. We're not suspecting anything.
McCarthy and her daughter were allowed to go after showing identification. She's now asking Southwest to take action to make sure that no other families ever face the same treatment.
I'm asking for accountability from Southwest Airlines. I want them to acknowledge racial profiling. I want them to reconsider how they train their flight attendants.
Southwest said it's reviewing the incident and plans to reach out to McCarthy to address her concerns. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
439, 80 degrees.
Instead of the dorms, some college students are moving into apartments. Up next, we're going to check out some appliances that students can buy that can make living off campus convenient and affordable.
Outside with live cam, about 80 degrees. As we take a look at San Antonio International Airport, try and maybe squeeze in that last-minute vacation before school starts. Otherwise, everybody's back and getting in back to school mode. You're watching GMSA. 442, it's that time of year when college and grad students are moving into those first apartments. And that can mean buying more than a few things.
So 12 on your sides, Marilyn Morris shows us some essentials that make the grade.
These college roommates shared a mini fridge in the dorm. Now it's going to their first apartment. If space is an issue, a mini fridge is convenient and can help with costs.
A mini fridge allows you to stash some snacks, drinks, and a meal or two so you don't have to spend all your money on meals at the dining hall.
For early classes or late night studying, a coffee maker can keep you from overspending at the cafe.
You might think a single serve is the way to go, but many are pricey, and that doesn't factor into the cost of the pods, which are also wasteful if you can't recycle them.
This Hamilton Beach costs less than $30. For tea drinkers, an electric kettle heats up fast. This Sakura gets top ratings and it's easy to clean. For cooking in that first place, Consumer Report says consider a toaster oven.
Instead of a microwave, you may want to consider a toaster oven. They're much more versatile. And these days, air fryer toaster ovens are very popular, so you get 3 appliances in one.
This Cuisinart offers convection, cooks and can bake, broil, and reheat. It's also an air fryer. Versatile appliances that multitask can help make the most of limited countertop space, too. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
443, 80 degrees.
A man trapped in a burning car saved by a FedEx driver in the middle of the night. Up next, a first look at the emotional reunion between the driver and the man he rescued. Welcome back. It's 4:46. A man trapped inside a burning car is reunited with a FedEx worker who pulled over and saved him in an ABC News exclusive. ABC's Will Reeve has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive. A man trapped in a burning car saved by a FedEx driver in the middle of the night. This was the heart-stopping scene nearly 2 weeks ago on a highway in Southern California. Now this morning, they're both telling their story on GMA.
I was yelling for help immediately because I could feel the pain in my body, my legs, my arm. And I realized it's 3 in the morning in the middle of the freeway and no one's out here.
I realized nobody else had stopped yet to help. Pulled over real quick and grabbed my phone and the fire extinguisher and went running back to the car.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll show you their emotional reunion you don't want to miss. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Okay, 447, back to traffic.
Yeah, we are waking up to some closures along Loop 1604. And if you remember, last weekend, we had a closure planned along Loop 1604 as part of the North Expansion Project. TxDOT postponed that actually due to a material issue. We don't know exactly what that means, if there was a lack of material or if it was the wrong material that was ordered. But looks like those closures are in place, so just take a look here at TransGuide. We want you to be in the know before you go, and we still have many of those lanes blocked off. And remember, this is to obviously reduce congestion times, but at this moment, it's not really causing so much congestion for traffic because it is very early in the morning and crews should be in the finishing stages according to what TxDOT reports. This project should wrap at 5 this morning. But let's go ahead and bring you in because where this portion is, it's considered segment 1, and that stretches from Bandera Road to I-10. Now, Loop 1604 westbound, the main lane's full closure, again, from Kyle Seal Parkway to Braun Road. I want to refresh you on what this whole project is about. Now, what you can expect is the goal is to expand to 10 lanes eventually, and that will help reduce travel times by 50%. Remember, there are 5 segments planned, and that actually stretches from Bandera Road all the way to I-35. That's about 23 miles. Now, remember, 3 segments are what's under construction, and that's from Bandera to US 281, where we're seeing that closure is considered segment 1, which is anticipated to be completed by 2024. So we got to pack our patience. And if you want to read more about the 1604 North Expansion Project, scan this QR code. It takes you directly to our KSAT traffic page. And I have an article that I wrote up last weekend, so that way you know what to expect in the days ahead, in the months ahead. This is something we want you to be prepared for, but we weren't expecting to see the closures overnight. But Mike, at least we know that there is some progress that's being made out there.
Kind of a good news, bad news. There's progress, but there's a closure. Yeah. So, all right, grin and bear it out there. Same thing with all this heat, and you just really have to take it easy outside. And this sunset just kind of, look at that, just intense looking sun there. And it's like, yeah, good night until another day. And it's going to be another scorcher out there again today. Beautiful view of the skyline downtown. A lot of clear skies. Temperatures pretty much where they have been the past few mornings. Mid-upper 70s, low 80s around here. And we do have some humidity, obviously. We'll maybe drop a degree or so in the next couple of hours. And then plenty of sunshine. We heat up quickly again all the way up through the 80s by 11 o'clock. 93 at noon. And then we're going to be up to 104. We hit 105 yesterday. That set a record. This is going to tie today's record. And of course, as far as the drought monitor, you can see there are a couple of bullseyes really up there right around Kansas and in the Central Plains states, and then right smack dab on top of us from northern Bexar County up in toward Fredericksburg. But at least for the folks up to the north of us, and you can see most of our area, especially the northern half of our area, is in a pretty serious drought. Here's what it looks like, though, up to the north. At least they've been getting some rain. Now, this is in Oklahoma, but this moved through Kansas, so they did get some. If you got any travel plans anywhere toward the Mid-South today, by the way, of course, yesterday was just a mess off to the east with those severe storms, but watch it around off to the east of us. But still, nothing is moving into our area. Everything's moving pretty much straight west to east. That high is still sitting right on top of us, and that thing is not going anywhere. There may be, I know I was saying this yesterday, some subtle changes by next week if everything works out. But other than that, it just stays very, very hot. Again, each and every day we're going to be close to the daily record high temperature, tying, setting within a degree of that. Low temperatures stay about 79 degrees, roughly 3 degrees above normal, and on average 105s all the way across the board.
It's totally a grin and bear it situation.
Yes.
But again, as things roll on, even though temperatures, are still staying consistent, it's not getting hotter.
Right.
It still stays hot, but things continue to dry out. And again, the fire danger continues to get worse and worse really every day.
We're too far away from a break, so people are tuning in right now to see how bad it's going to be every day at this point.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
452, 80 degrees.
And up next, how Hollywood is remembering Oscar-winning director William Friedkin.
Take a look at your lottery numbers. Pick 3, 498, Fireball 0. And I wish I had a photographic memory. I don't remember what the other numbers were, so let's jump to Powerball.
That's cool. Powerball 6, 13, 20, 35, 54, Powerball 22, Powerplay 2. Good luck. Oh, here we go. We went back.
Daily 4 numbers 7, 9, 1, 6, Fireball 7.
All right, let's go to Cash 5, 4, 12, 17, 18, 25. Your Texas two-step, we got 4, 8, 12, 28, bonus ball 32.
Hollywood remembers a famous movie director, and Travis Scott is once again climbing the Billboard charts.
For the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's ABC's Jason Nathanson.
Oscar-winning director William Friedkin has died. He directed 2 of the most influential films of the past 50 years. The crime drama The French Connection created the blueprint for the modern car chase scene and won Friedkin his only Oscar for Best Director in 1972. His next film was 1973's The Exorcist, a masterclass in horror. And not only a critical hit, a huge box office success, and it earned Friedkin his second Oscar nomination. On social media, Oscar winner Guillermo del Toro writes that the world has lost one of the gods of cinema. Friedkin died in Los Angeles at the age of 87. More awards for Succession, the HBO drama-winning Program of the Year from the Television Critics Association. It also scored Top Drama, The Bear winning Top Comedy, and Outstanding New Program. Travis Scott just released the most streamed and purchased rap album of the year, according to Billboard. Utopia tops the Billboard 200 album chart in its debut, Scott's third #1. And Morgan Wallen returns to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 singles chart. His song Last Night hits a 15th non-consecutive week on top, tying Harry Styles for the longest-running #1 by a solo artist.
So you guys always pick up ladies in the church parking lot?
Totally. And Oscar winner Dustin Hoffman, most recently seen in the film Sam and Kate, is 86 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Time now is 4:56 and 80 degrees for now.
As former President Trump continues his legal troubles, up next, how the White House is responding to Trump's latest indictment.
Plus, with back-to-school season underway, safety in the classrooms is at the top of everyone's mind. Up next, we're going to take a look at how several San Antonio area school districts are protecting students and staff this year.
And if you're just now waking up, a surprise from TxDOT. Part of 1604 is closed after all. We'll have details coming up.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
I'm ABC's Justin Finch with the latest deadline facing former President Trump's legal defense team and federal prosecutors in the 2020 election interference case. The story ahead from Washington.
And looking out there with a live cam this morning, I will take the 79 degrees. I wish it was all day long, but that will not be the case.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday. It is August 8th.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you had a good Monday, and we hope the kiddos that did go back to school, we hope that they stayed cool in that afternoon hour.
Let's get an update on our Tuesday forecast. Mike Ostrich standing by with what's happening right now. Actually, after even my apologies.
No worries. No worries. We did actually have some surprises here in the traffic department because there was a closure that was supposed to happen over the weekend that looks like TxDOT decided to ramp up. Let's go ahead and move that camera in if we can to show our viewers some of the conditions out there, because what we are seeing is that those main lanes that were shut down overnight have finally reopened. So that's good news. But a lot of drivers were likely surprised to see this. Again, this closure was supposed to happen over the weekend, but was canceled due to a material issue. And that is according to TxDOT. But again, you can see that whatever that issue was, it has been resolved and we can expect to see those closures. I'm going to send TxDOT an email a little bit later this morning and find out exactly if we can expect to see these closures later in the week. But what we do know is that the majority of the closures were supposed to happen over the weekend and at night. So in the middle of the work week, could be a little bit of a tricky commute. So just keep this in mind right now. 1604 westbound main lanes were closed, and that was from Kyle Seal Parkway to Braun Road. We have a full article about the 1604 North expansion project on our website at ksat.com, so just head over there to learn a little bit more. A wide look at the map doesn't show really a lot else going on. We do have a lot of that construction that tends to take place overnight, aside from what we were seeing on 1604. Now, the good news is I'm not seeing any major slowdowns this early in the morning, so you should be good if you're traveling into the Alamo City. The journey from Bernie along I-10 eastbound should be about 25 minutes, and it's the same along 281 southbound if you are heading in from Bulverde. And right now, the drive time heading in from New Braunfels is about 26 minutes along I-35 southbound. But better news out here along 1604, but we're going to find out exactly if we can expect to see this later in the week. I'll have that answer a little bit later today, but more closures also on the way coming up in the next few minutes, Mike.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, warm and humid this morning, and we're starting off just about like every other morning in recent memory, 80 degrees. That dew point is up. It has come up going through its usual cycle, so it feels like 84 right now with that dew point down up to 73. 104 high temperature today. We did hit 105 yesterday, which set a new record. Today is going to be tying the record, and that will be the case each and every day, as we've been saying for the rest of the week, where we're going to be close to the daily records. The aquifer took a fairly decent hit, down half a foot in yesterday's reading, and mold is on the low side. We do have those heat index numbers, what it actually feels like when you step out the door this morning, in the, well, pretty much mid and a couple of upper 80s all around the metropolitan area. 86 Castroville, 85 Canyon Lake, 84 out there at the airport, and just a few 70s out there as well. Excessive heat warnings. This has been expanded somewhat, the excessive heat warnings, and obviously the heat advisories. Everybody within earshot is under some sort of advisory or warning. And then what's really hitting home too is that the red flag warning, which is once again in effect, that has been expanded to cover all of the hill country, basically the northern and northwestern 2/3 of our viewing area, from 10 and 35 all the way up to the north and to the west. And this is only going to continue to get worse because we're going to stay very hot and we're not going to see any rain. So we'll continue to dry out, and then we get those especially late afternoon kind of breezes out there. Warm and humid this morning, and then like I said, 104, a high temperature later on today, ties the record. Right around 105 the rest of the week, near record each and every day. And next week, maybe Sunday, Monday, down a degree or two. I mean, we'll take anything at this point, but no major changes are in the offing. Details in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark.
Thank you, Mike. 19-year-old O.L. Wallace could spend the rest of his life behind bars after he was found guilty in a 2022 murder. The sentencing part of the trial starts later today. Wallace shot and killed 61-year-old Johnny Mobley at an MLK Day celebration last year. Wallace testified that he opened fire in self-defense because someone attacked him first, but the jury did not buy it. He faces up to 99 years in prison.
San Antonio police have arrested the cousin of the Uvalde mass shooter. 17-year-old Nathan Cruz is accused of making a terroristic threat to the public and a family member. According to the police report, Nathan Cruz allegedly threatened to shoot up an area school. The report also says that family members overheard Cruz on a phone call trying to get an AR-15. Cruz was booked into the Bexar County Jail.
As more students return to class today and over the next couple of weeks, one of San Antonio's largest school districts has a problem.
It doesn't have security guards for all of its campuses, so now the Northeast ISD School Board voted to hire safety specialists to guard its elementary schools.
Now, NEISD plans to post the 46 openings this morning. The district hopes to hire people with military or law enforcement background, but anyone hired will receive training.
These safety specialists will be armed, and that is required by the state under a new law Governor Greg Abbott signed earlier this year.
It says every campus needs an armed security officer, but that's been tough for some local districts. Patty Santos explains what some of those districts are doing to meet the state's new requirements.
Another layer of safety, having an officer at the campus, puts at ease to the parents.
Harlandale ISD Police Chief Adolfo Hernandez says the district will have an officer at all 18 campuses when school starts in a few weeks.
Talking to other chiefs, they're struggling. Law enforcement is declining. Trying to hire people has been a challenge.
At last check, we were down about 4.
Southwest ISD says its partnership with San Antonio Police and the Bexar County Sheriff's Office gives them some ease in waiting to hire the right officer for the job. Officers in those agencies can temporarily step in when needed.
We're not going to take anyone just because we have to fill this. We want to make sure they have a good background, they have a good history of quality policing.
Law enforcement leaders we've spoken to say there's a shortage in applicants. They say that's based on pay, hours, and what some call a perceived image against a career in law enforcement. We checked with several other school districts. Northside ISD says it's still in the process of hiring officers for each campus. Bernie ISD has partnered with the city of Fair Oaks Ranch Police and Kendall County Sheriff's Office to have a designated officer in each school.
Sometimes it's not all about the money.
But Hernandez says school policing is a different calling, and he hopes that inspires a new generation.
I tell officers, you're not just coming as an officer, you're going to be a mentor, you're going to be a parent, you're going to be a friend. There's a lot of resource that you're going to have to give back to the school district.
District leaders say keeping students safe is everyone's job. That means parents need to know what their students are doing, what they're doing on social media, who they're talking to, who their friends are. Any problems, report it to district police and they'll take it from there. Reporting for GMSA, Patty Santos.
Thank you, Patty. Now to new court deadlines for former President Trump's lawyers and special counsel Jack Smith in the 2020 election interference case.
Presiding federal judge is giving both sides until this afternoon to submit dates and times for a pretrial hearing. And as ABC's Justin Finch reports, is regarding a request from Smith to limit what Trump can share publicly about the case.
A new deadline this morning for federal prosecutors and former President Donald Trump's defense team. D.C. federal judge Tanya Chutkan is giving both sides until 3 p.m. Eastern today to propose dates and times for a pretrial hearing regarding special counsel Jack Smith's protective order filing. That court order following Judge Chutkan's Monday deadline for Trump's attorney's response to Smith's request calling for a court-imposed limits to what Trump can share about the 2020 election interference case. Trump's lawyers firing back, saying he should not be subject to a blanket gag order seeking to narrow the scope of sensitive materials. Smith responding, saying the order was reasonable and charging that Trump's team is proposing an order that is designed to allow Trump to try his case in the media rather than in the courtroom. In the initial request, Smith arguing that if, for example, Trump were to share grand jury information, it could have a harmful chilling effect on witnesses or adversely affect the fair administration of justice. Smith also citing Trump's recent all-caps social media post saying, "If you go after me, I'm coming after you." Trump's campaign defending that post as political speech. Trump, who pleaded not guilty to charges in Smith's election interference probe last week, accusing the Biden administration of weaponizing the Justice Department against him.
They want to interfere in my campaign. They want to interfere in the elections.
The White House refusing to comment on Trump's indictment and recent allegations. After receiving scheduling proposals from Trump's lawyers and prosecutors, the judge is planning to hold that protective motion hearing by this Friday. Trump will not have to attend. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And time now is 5:10 and 79 degrees for now.
Just ahead, TikTok launching a live stream music competition. We'll show you how you can participate.
And the newest edition of Texas Crime Stories is out today. Up next, a preview about a serial killer who eluded justice for decades.
Outside with live cam. More of the same, folks. Sorry about that. It's going to be a big deal when weather finally changes around here. But we have a job to do, and we continue to do that every day right here on GMSA. 5:13 today, the latest episode of the Texas Crime Stories podcast is being released.
Erica Hernandez takes a look this morning.
A serial killer who eluded justice for decades as he was in and out of prison since the 70s.
With his recent arrest and chilling admission of more murders, the investigation takes a new turn, reopening cold cases that could hold the key to uncovering the full extent of his gruesome crimes.
Join us as we dig deep into the past, present, and future of this haunting case, shedding light on the failures of the justice system that has left the families of the victims suffering.
Here's a serial killer that justice was not served. So there's a travesty of justice total in this case.
We unravel the disturbing details of a murderer who repeatedly slipped through the cracks of the justice system.
This is Texas Crime Stories, the Austin Caller, unveiling of a serial killer.
If you want to hear more about this story, the full episode is out today.
You can check it out on KSAT.com, also our YouTube channel, or wherever you get your podcasts.
5:14, 79 degrees.
Up next, why Zoom is now reversing its policy that allowed it to train AI on customer data.
And next, we'll show you Apple Music's newest feature that helps subscribers find new songs.
Feeding time in the morning is very exciting. Definitely a competition of who gets to their bowl fastest. Right before Blue Buffalo, I used to feed them Purina One. Once I started looking into the ingredients, it just wasn't my preference feeding them the chicken byproduct meal or a corn gluten meal.
When I look at the ingredients of the Blue Life Protection formula,
these are all things that I want to feed my dogs. They're super energetic, their coats are really shiny. It feels good feeding them something that I know is good for them.
My frequent heartburn had me taking antacid after antacid all day long. But with Prilosec OTC, just one pill a day blocks heartburn for a full 24 hours. For one and done heartburn relief, Prilosec OTC, one pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
You can't leave without cuddles, but you also can't leave covered in hair. With Bounce Pet, you can cuddle and brush that hair off. Bounce, it's the sheep.
In today's Tech Bites, Zoom is reversing course. The company now says it will not use customer video, audio, or chats to train its artificial intelligence models without your consent. It comes after an online uproar over its policy that allows Zoom to use customer data for AI training. Next, a new method to find new songs. Apple Music has launched a Discover station which plays music based on your recent listening choices. But the feature only includes songs that have not been added to your library or that you haven't heard before. Finally, TikTok is launching a music contest called Gimme the Mic. Contestants can now submit a short audition video. There's a semifinal round for the top 30 submissions and a grand finale next month incorporating live voting. The winner advances to a global competition. Good luck, everyone. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great Tuesday.
5:19.
Go ahead and check back with Stephen.
Well, things are moving over there at 1604. Those main lanes have reopened westbound. So, hey, if you have to head out there, good news for you because we did have some full closures that took place overnight. According to TxDOT, this was supposed to wrap at 5 in the morning, and it looks like they were true to their word. But remember, this was actually supposed to happen on the weekend, but it was closed, actually postponed, I should say, due to a material issue. We'll find out exactly what you can expect along Loop 1604 later this week. I will reach out to TxDOT, and I'll get you that answer. But in the meantime, remember, it was the westbound main lanes that was closed from Kyle Seal Parkway to Braun Road. That has since reopened, so better news for drivers out there. And as we give you a wide look now at 518, you still see a lot of that scattered construction. More of it's going to ramp up a little bit later today. Let's talk about what's happening here along State Highway 16, Bandera Road. Curb and sidewalk construction will take place. Now, this begins at 9 this morning, should wrap at 3 in the afternoon. But guys, this takes us to the end of the work week, so just bear through it. Alternating lane closures in both directions from Loop 1604 to Circle A. So go ahead and scan this QR code. We've been promoting it all morning long. That takes you to our traffic page. I have a full list of all the closures on our website, along with what you can expect along Loop 1604 as well. But Mike, I think you said it best. Just have to bear and grin it, right? I mean, just get through it.
That's even tough to do, yeah, especially when your car thermometer says 109, and I know a lot of them are getting up there. And yeah, sometimes it's not the most accurate thermometer reading, but when it's this hot, doesn't really matter if it's 105 or 109. It's just plain old brutally hot out there. And yeah, grinning and bearing it is one thing, but you just, like I said, you have to be really, really careful when you're outside for any extended period, just because, I mean, it is overwhelmingly hot, basically. All right, here's the fire danger. Pardon me, this should say today, but this is going to be tomorrow. This is going to be the rest of the week, basically. And most of our area does have that moderate high to very high fire danger, especially going straight up to the north. And this is where a lot of the grass fires have been the past couple of days, and this is going to remain the case, like I said, throughout the foreseeable future. Temperatures are going to go up through the 80s this morning. A couple of clouds here and there. We are already going to be in the hundreds by right around early afternoon, and then top off today at 104. That's going to tie the record. And of course, then the breeze sort of picks up just a little bit later on in the afternoon, and that's also when the humidity drops. So we still have some of that humidity around here in the early afternoon, and that's why it's almost tougher to be outside or even in the shade early afternoon, and then it does drop in the later afternoon with the wind. But then that's when the fire danger goes up, because those relative humidities do drop down. All right, here's the upper level steering winds. Keep showing this, Matt, because this is that high just won't go anywhere. Of course, we're seeing all the activity up there to the north, which is typical this time of year. We don't get those fronts moving through here. I mean, every once in a great while here or there. Through the weekend, the high is just going to remain in place, so we remain very, very hot around here. Now, the hope being that we get this trough to really, really develop up there right around the Great Lakes by the middle portion of next week. The high is still going to be staying in place. We're still going to be in triple digits, but if this is going to be a shoving match, and who can kind of win this thing, whether it's this trough that would kind of push the high down out of the way, as far as anything kind of coming on in here, doubt that. But even going into the next frame of this graphic, it does look like that trough is going to sort of flatten out just a little bit up there around the Great Lakes, but then hopefully then another one would try and develop and kind of push the high out of the way as we get into the mid to latter portions of next week. 104 today, we're going to be staying 105 basically the rest of the week, and then down maybe a degree or two by Sunday, Monday of next week. But like I said, still we're looking at triple digits, even a good portion of next week. Again, the hope, and that's all we can talk about right now, the middle part of next week, that we see sort of that change in the upper level air pattern, but nothing right now. I mean, you can't write anything, put anything on paper with that. It's just, kind of grasping at straws for next week, to be perfectly honest.
Well, we'll just hope for next week then, Mike. Thank you.
High 23, 79 degrees.
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football. Johnny Football.
When I got everything that I wanted, I think I was the most empty that I've ever felt inside.
Heisman Trophy winning quarterback and Texas A&M sensation Johnny Manziel is the subject of a new documentary. What he's saying now about his rise to fame. Next.
Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Manziel, a.k.a. Johnny Football of Texas A&M fame, is now the subject of a new documentary.
Here's CNN's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.
All America's industrial might and scientific innovation connected here.
Audiences will have more chances to see Oppenheimer on the biggest of screens. Universal says select theaters will extend showing Christopher Nolan's epic on the father of the atomic bomb in IMAX 70mm film through at least August 31st. Nolan has called the sharpness, clarity, and image depth of IMAX 70mm unparalleled.
Manziel madness has spawned the nickname Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
Johnny Football.
When I got everything that I wanted, I think I was the most empty that I've ever felt inside.
Johnny Manziel went from Heisman Trophy-winning quarterback and national sensation to a pro football flameout beset by scandals. A decade later, Manziel says he didn't shrink from confronting his controversial past for the documentary Untold Johnny Football.
I had no reservations in coming down and doing this. I think maybe for me coming to my family and being like, hey, let's tell this story. Let's put a bow on this and kind of let the Johnny Football thing be told and done. You have to look back and think, were you ever going to be satisfied? Was enough ever enough?
Untold Johnny Football premieres today on Netflix. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniels.
528, 79 degrees.
It's back to school month, which means many are scraping up to get all those school supplies. Up next, we're going to show you the good deals and how you can avoid paying too much.
Barbie is more popular than ever thanks to the new film. Up next, how you can own one of the weirdest versions of Barbie.
And ahead on GMSA at 6, the extra cost of school supplies are eating into family budgets. So many are turning to food pantries for help. How you can get involved or volunteer.
Two men found shot in two different areas of the city overnight. Good morning, I'm Katrina Weber. I'll tell you why police believe they may be tied to one incident coming up.
And looking out there with live cam, okay, we have a tolerable 79 degrees right now. Things will heat up again. All we can do is just hope maybe for better afternoon temperatures next week.
And good morning to you. It is Tuesday, August 8th, and our lead story this morning has been traffic.
Yeah. Yes. We've been talking about the 1604 North Expansion project. It's been on everybody's mind, really, and we were expecting some full weekend closures. Those were postponed as we learned it's because of a material issue. But TxDOT, we did see some surprises this morning. We saw a full westbound main lane closure along Loop 1604 over on the far northwest side. I do want to get you a quick look at traffic right now. Things have been moving along, but getting busier as we get closer to 6 a.m. There's 35 at Burbank and 37 at Cesar Chavez. We're not seeing any issues out there, but remember the big problem was right along Loop 1604 here at Kyle Seal Parkway. You can see those lanes have reopened. And remember, we saw the closure there from Kyle Seal Parkway to Braun Road. And again, this is segment 1 of that project, which actually stretches that is from Bandera to I-10. So the work's not finishing anytime soon. We'll find out exactly what else you can expect this week along Loop 1604, and I'll bring that information to you. But watch out here if you're traveling along I-35 southbound near the downtown area. US 90, we do have a stalled vehicle that was reported still being listed by TxDOT, but this came in around 1:30 this morning, so we'll find out if TransCat has a view of the conditions out there. But so far, it's not causing any issues with traffic. Wide look at the map does show we're off to a quiet start for the majority of travelers that have to hit the roads in the next few minutes. Heading to the Alamo City, it should be a pretty pleasant drive heading in from Pleasanton with 29 minutes along 37 northbound, 30 minutes along US 90 eastbound if you are heading in from Castroville, and that arrival from Lytle along I-35 northbound should be about 18 minutes. So we're not seeing any delays just yet, but let's get it back here at 1604 at Kyle Seal. Mike, we know that this probably caused some slowdowns for drivers, but the good news is for those crews out there, they didn't have to battle the sun to get this job done.
Indeed, yeah. Stay up all night long and get that work so you don't have to battle all that heat. Thank you very much, sir. All right, nice view out there at the airport. Good flying weather, and there's an airplane coming in right now, of course, landing down to the southeast, which means the winds are coming in here out of the southeast. And it is going to get breezier later on this afternoon, especially when the humidity drops down, the relative humidity. That's when the greatest fire danger does occur. 80 right now, dew point 73. So we've got our morning humidity back. There's that wind south to southeast at 8 miles per hour. Feels like 85 Canyon Lake as well as Castroville and Seguin. No report coming in yet, but Gonzales does feel like 84. And we do have a low amount of mold in the atmosphere. That did drop down from the previous day. Of course, excessive heat warnings, heat advisories. The excessive heat warning, this kind of pinkish purple shade, that has been expanded a little bit further on down to the south, a little more humidity down there to the southeast. So it's going to feel hotter in the afternoon. And the red flag warnings, which remain in effect. But remember, a couple of days ago, it was just this wedge sort of between 10 and 35. And now it's covering the majority of our area, the north to northwestern 2/3 of the area. So the fire danger continues to be high and is going to just get worse and worse as time goes on, since we stay very, very hot and continue to dry out. Temperatures are going to make it back up through the 80s, and we'll drop down another degree or so in the next hour, and then up to 93 at noon. We're going to top off at 104 later on today, which is going to tie the record. Anything as far as a change way down the road, perhaps. We'll take a look ahead in just a couple of minutes. Steph, Mark.
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, 2 people found wounded in 2 different parts of the city may be connected to the same shooting scene. That's according to San Antonio police. Both of the men who were shot are being treated at a hospital. Katrina Weber is live downtown with that story. Katrina, do police know who shot them?
Well, not just yet. It seems that they're still trying to put all the details together. In fact, police didn't even realize the connection until they found out about that second shooting case. Now, they say a man flagged down an ambulance on Culebra Road near Northwest 18th Street just before 1:30 this morning. He told paramedics he had been shot. Police say he was wounded in his wrist. The officers arrived. They say they learned that he had been dropped off at that location, but the shooting actually happened across town at an apartment on the east side. Well, as it turns out, police did respond to a shooting call about 15 minutes prior to that at an apartment on the east side on Upland Road. At that location, they say they found another man who had been shot in the chest. Police say they were told that the shooter took off in a car. Now, that shooting victim was taken to a hospital by ambulance. Now, again, police say they are still trying to determine if, in fact, these shootings are connected. But they say that the man who they found on Culebra Road was wearing clothing that seemed to match a description of someone connected to that other shooting on Upland Road. But again, they say all of this still under investigation. Reporting live downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Katrina, thank you. 5:36, the life of San Antonio educator and music icon Belle Ortiz will be celebrated today for her generational contributions to mariachi music. Ortiz died last month at the age of 90. She trailblazed mariachi music education at Lanier High School in SAISD. A public viewing is scheduled for today at 5 p.m. at Grace Point Church in the 9600 block of Hebner Road. A celebration of life service begins at 6:30. Her funeral service and burial is scheduled for tomorrow. Her family says she was serenaded by many musicians in her last days. We're told about 300 mariachi will play as she's buried. More details on her services over at KSAT.com. Well, more students are going back to school today. Jordanton ISD students will be back in class this morning. Students from Idea Public Schools, Lytle, Pleasanton, and South San ISD return tomorrow. And on Thursday of this week, Bernie ISD students are up. For a full list of when other districts start school, visit KSAT.com.
We are also inviting you to Nurturing the Minds Back to School Town Hall. That is on Thursday, and you're going to hear from mental health experts and teachers about the things you can do to help your kids get in the back to school mode. Well, we're going to stream the event on all our KSAT streaming platforms. This is on Thursday, beginning at 7 p.m. In your morning headlines, legal challenges continue to target some of President Biden's student loan policies. The president's major student loan forgiveness program was blocked by the Supreme Court in late June. The administration is also facing lawsuits over some of its other policy changes aimed at making it easier for borrowers to pay back their loans. Among them, on Monday, the U.S. Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals temporarily blocked new provisions that would make it easier for borrowers to get their debts erased when they're misled or defrauded by their college. Another lawsuit filed last week challenges $39 billion of student debt forgiveness.
Today, you have a chance of becoming America's next billionaire. It's an extremely slim chance, though. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot has climbed to $1.55 billion. If someone wins it all tonight, when the Mega Millions drawing takes place, the prize would be one of the largest in U.S. lottery history. But don't plan on entering a new tax bracket anytime soon. The odds of winning Mega no matter the size, stand about 1 in 300 million. But you know what they say, somebody's got to win, so you can't win if you don't play.
That's true. Time now is 5:39 and 79 degrees for now.
Barbie's been a lot of things, and now she's just really weird. Just ahead, how you can get a hold of the new Weird Barbie doll.
And a lot of kiddos are about to head back to the classroom. Up next, we're going to take a look at the best ways to not overspend on school supplies.
It's tough to do this time of year. And outside with Live Cam, thanks for starting your day with us here on GMSA. We're back after this. I'm tempted to stare at Steph when I read this next story. Parents and students are getting ready for the coming school year.
Yes, a lot of us are, and that means shopping for their kids going back to school. ABC's Melissa Adon takes a look at some ways not to spend so much on all those supplies.
Millions of students heading back to school means lots of trips to the store for school supplies. The National Retail Federation predicts that Americans will spend more than $41 billion on back-to-school shopping this year, a record high. Kimberly Palmer of NerdWallet has some tips.
The best time to start your back-to-school shopping is as soon as you get the supply list from your teacher or school. In general, with back-to-school shopping, the sooner you start, the better deals you can find.
Palmer says it's tempting to buy things that aren't on the supply list, but she says it's often not necessary.
You really want to try to stick with the items that the teachers suggest because they really know best. They know what your child needs.
Experts say there are some easy ways to look for better deals. There are websites and browser extension tools that can help you compare prices, and price match policies can also be a good way to save.
With price matching policies, you have about 2 weeks to track prices and to see if the price dropped for the item that you purchased. And if it did, you can bring back your receipt and get a partial refund.
Another tip is to work with other parents to buy supplies in bulk and then share the cost.
So coordinating with other parents and also seeing if other parents have items from previous years that they don't need anymore, you can share those supplies and everyone can save money.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And for more back-to-school deals, you can scan the QR code that's going to be on your screen right there. Our Marilyn Wertz tracked down some of the best prices as well. She also checked out if inflation has had any impact on basic supplies like crayons, glue, and scissors. You can see what she found out right now on our website at KSAT.com.
5:44, 79 degrees.
And are you ready to add Weird Barbie to your collection of Barbie dolls? Well, up next, how you can get one based on the character from the now very popular movie. And welcome back. It's 5:48 in your morning consumer headlines. Hard times have hit one of the country's leading meat producers. Tyson Foods says it will close 4 of its chicken plants, 2 in Missouri, 1 in Indiana, and another in Arkansas. The company says it's not making as much money from chicken sales than even though the company sold more chicken. The company says prices are down 5.5%, and that is hurting the bottom line.
The plant-based meat product craze appears to be waning. Beyond Meat posted a 30% revenue decline for the second quarter. The company is blaming inflation, interest rates, and ongoing recession concerns. Inflation has pushed many consumers towards cheaper basic foods. Company stock slid 10% in after hours trading yesterday morning. It's down more than 60% over the past year.
Barbie already is a mega hit movie, and now Mattel, the maker of Barbie, is trying to cash in on all that success. It is expanding its Barbie line to include some of the iconic characters and outfits that appeared in the film, and that now includes a limited edition of Weird Barbie for sale. So the new doll will feature the hot pink outfit worn in the movie, markings on Barbie's face, plus oddly cut and colored hair. It's to showcase a doll that Mattel says has been played with a little too much. Weird Barbie is available for pre-order for $50 on Mattel's website until August 18th, but it will be a while before customers can get a hold of one. The doll will not get shipped out until May of next year.
Whoops, okay.
Yeah.
You have to wait a little bit.
But pre-order, I guess.
5:49.
Let's go ahead and check back with our Stephen Cavazos.
I'm pretty sure my sister had one of those weird Barbies laying around somewhere, but how much do you want to bet that there will be costumes of these weird Barbies, and we can expect to see that out in full force? But let's get a look here at US 90. We're seeing traffic out in full force in the east and westbound lanes. No delays. We're just seeing some pretty busy spots there, and US 90, one of the most traveled areas. So just watch out if you have to head into the Alamo City, because you'll encounter a stall right here along 35 southbound, right around US 90. 90. So be on the lookout for that. And as a friendly reminder, check those vehicles before you have to hit the road, guys. Wide look at the map does show a lot of that construction. And of course, we've been talking about the Loop 1604 North expansion project and the full closure that happened overnight. But don't forget, this is what TxDOT is reporting for this weekend along I-10 over on the east side of San Antonio. We'll see another full closure, and this one will begin Friday night. It starts around 8 in the evening and should wrap at 5 in the morning. This takes us to Monday, August 14th. We will see the I-10 and Loop 410 interchange closure that is, and in the meantime, the east and westbound traffic will be diverted to the frontage road. So just know what to expect if you have to head out there over the weekend. Again, this is according to TxDOT, but I do also want to emphasize what we learned. Obviously, a lot of these closures are expected or they're subject to change, as we saw along Loop 1604. But we'll find out exactly what else you can expect for your morning commutes. But right now, things seem to be moving along US 90, but getting busy.
Thank you, Stephen.
Got to give a quick shout out and a hello to the cheerleaders from Harlandale and McCullum. They were both on the show from Harlandale ISD yesterday and just made our day. I mean, all the excitement. They don't go back to school until Monday.
Okay.
But the Harlandale cheerleaders, they haven't really been out of school. They go to practice in half an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. No, in 10 minutes, actually, where it's 10 till 6. At 6
Have a good practice.
They keep doing that. But just a great bunch of kids, all of them there. So, and they're getting ready for the big, it was kind of like our pre-Frontier Bowl.
Like a back-to-school pep rally?
Yeah, sort of like
for SA Live.
So, because they've got the big Frontier Bowl, McCullum and Harlandale. So
that's right.
This was kind of we were trying to get things stirred up, and they were just all nice. So.
Anyway, they were just all nice.
Thank you so very much for being on the show yesterday. It was just, like I said, a great bunch of kids. All right. Here's a photo of the Carolina wren trying to cool off a little bit there, and well, hopefully one of these days you'll show my photos. This is the day. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture and that little wren trying to cool off a little bit. A lot of clear skies out there right now, and we have got temperatures. Well, yesterday we did hit 105. That was a new record high temperature. Today, going for 104. That's going to be tying the record, and we're going to be up in the low hundreds all around the metropolitan area. Heat index won't be that much above it, but still, obviously with those temperatures, it's going to feel like 105. That's going to put what is prompting, I should say, the excessive heat warning. And the reason why we don't get those high heat index readings is because the dew points do drop down. But as they drop down and the relative humidity, then you get those very high temperatures and very low relative humidity in the afternoon, that's when the fire danger goes up, which seems almost counterintuitive, but it's that really, really dry air and that breeze in the afternoon that then prompts the fire danger to go up, which is why a good chunk of the area is under a red flag warning today. 105 the next few days, 104 today, and then we're going to be maybe dropping down a degree or two by, say, Sunday, Monday, but no real big changes in this forecast at all. Hopefully by the mid to latter part of the week. We will be back.
Coming up here on GMA, I'm here in Arizona where they've just been baking for most of the summer. We'll be talking about that, plus Arizona State University, how they are utilizing technology and a robot to talk about heat and heat stroke on a body. Then we've got to get into the storms. Millions of folks impacted as that line just blew through the mid-Atlantic and Northeast, causing damage, knocked out power, and some travel chaos to get into. There's also a new threat, which I'll tell you about. And then Sandra Bullock's longtime partner passing away after a private health battle. We're going to have more on what we know right now. Deals and Steals is on wheels again today, and pickleball. They have a day. National Pickleball Day. We'll be celebrating. Don't miss it on GMA.
Don't forget to get your tickets for this year's KSAT Pigskin Classic. They're on sale right now. You can find that information on KSAT.com. Just scan this QR code to see all the ticket options. It kicks off August 25th, followed by the triple header on Saturday, the 26th. Well, coming up on GMSA, school districts are looking to go the extra mile to keep our kids safe. What Northeast ISD is planning for later this morning. And up next, Whataburger has got something big to celebrate today. How you can get in on the action if you plan to head a little bit in just moments. And checking TransSky, things look pretty good at 90 and Medio Creek. We had some closures on 1604, but right now things are looking good out there. We'll get an overnight update with Stephen Cavazos.